Hello, welcome to Kush News, the newscast of the African diaspora. I'm your anchor, Ochanda, daily bringing you the top stories from Africa and the Caribbean. Let's take a look at today's news on Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024. Let's go to Sudan, where one side is opening up about a permanent ceasefire. Sudan's paramilitary Rapid Support Forces leader said on Tuesday that it was open to an immediate, unconditional ceasefire with the Sudanese army, as it signed a declaration with the Takadum civilian coalition. The 9-month war in Sudan, which now faces the world's largest displacement crisis, has devastated the country's infrastructure and prompted warnings of famine. Attempts to end the conflict through negotiations led by the African Union and IGAD have so far come to nothing, and previous agreements to protect civilians have gone unheeded. By signing the so-called Addis Ababa Declaration, which is intended to serve as the basis for further negotiations and a political settlement, the Rapid Support Force has made its clearest commitment to ending the war so far. It was not immediately clear on whether the army, much of which is hostile to Sudan's pro-democracy movement and accuses it of being allied with the Rapid Support Force, would welcome the declaration. The war was sparked by a dispute between the two sides, which took over power in 2019 after ousting Omar Bashir over the integration. Those in Sudan, let us know your thoughts. Pretty big statement and pretty big headline coming from a country that has been going through a lot in 2023. Let's go to South Africa, where Israel will go to the International Criminal Court to defend itself against a genocide charge. Israel will go before the International Court of Justice after South Africa requested a court order to stop their attacks in Gaza. South Africa's case against Israel says that the deaths, devastation, and humanitarian situation in the Gaza Strip surpasses the threshold of genocide set by the 1948 Genocide Convention. South Africa supported the Palestinians' quest for independence for many years, saying that the treatment of Palestinians is comparable to that of South Africa's black majority during the apartheid era. The court appearance for Israel is set for January 11th and January 12th at the Netherlands. Meanwhile, the Southern African Litigation Center called for 33 African states that are members of the International Criminal Court to lobby for a full ICC investigation into the reports of grave human rights violations and war crimes in Gaza. Attacks by the Israeli army killed more than 17,000 Palestinians since October 7th, when Hamas fighters broke through the border fence and entered Israel. Those in South Africa, let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you're surprised or not by Israel welcoming and also committing to going to the Netherlands to preach for defense on this case. Let's go to the Caribbean and end it there. We go to Curacao and St. Martin, where they are to reveal a new currency. A new joint currency will be launched this year for the Caribbean islands of Curacao and St. Martin, more than a decade after they became autonomous countries within the Kingdom of the Netherlands. The Caribbean guilder will replace the Netherlands Antillean guilder. The currency will be introduced in the second half of 2024, according to an annual report that the Central Bank of Curacao and St. Martin. The new currency will contain improved security features and will circulate alongside the current currency for 3 months after its introduction. Residents in both islands will be able to exchange the current Netherlands Antillean guilder for the new currency for a period of about 30 years at an equal rate. Those in Curacao and St. Martin, congratulations on new currency. New money is always good. New money, right? I mean, both new money and old money, but it's always nice to get a fresh face. Let's go to Guyana, where they take a seat at the United Nations Security Council. Guyana has joined five other countries in officially taking up their 2-year term on the United Nations Security Council on Tuesday. Guyana, Algeria, the Republic of Korea, Sierra Leone, and Slovenia were elected to serve, and they are replacing Albania, Brazil, Gabon, Ghana, and the United Arab Emirates, who ended their terms back on December 31st of last year. Guyana's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Carolyn Rodriguez Burkett, installed the Guyanese flag alongside those of other Security Council members outside the council chambers.
The national flag of Guyana.
Good morning, friends, and a Happy New Year to you all. I am pleased to participate in this solemn event marking the commencement of Guyana's tenure as an elected member of the United Nations Security Council. I express my delegation's deep appreciation to Ambassador Akan Rahmetulin and the staff of the Permanent Mission of Kazakhstan for initiating the flag installation ceremony and for today's event. I also wish to congratulate the esteemed governments of Algeria, Republic of Korea, Sierra Leone, and Slovenia, whose tenures on the Council have also begun, and thank the outgoing 5 members for their sterling efforts over the last 2 years.
5 permanent members still sit around the table, and those countries are United States, China, France, Russia, and the United Kingdom. Those in Guyana, let us know your thoughts on Guyana having now a temporary seat at the United Nations Security Council. That's a big seat to have. When we come back, we'll have today's African proverb of the day. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Let's take a look at today's African proverb of the day, and it comes to us from Sudan. That's coincidental. What's going on, Sudan? And it reads, do not call to a dog with a whip in your hand. Once again, do not call to a dog with a whip in your hand. Sudanese proverb. Yeah. Any time that any living thing notices that there's a posed danger or a threat, they're hesitant. Human beings especially, we are privy to known dangers, and I would like to say, by nature, skeptical. And so that's just in our thoughts. Now, when we actually see that there's a danger, a physical danger or a physical caution, we take caution. So do your best, whatever message or whatever communication that you're trying to have, and try to have that communicated in a way where it doesn't have somebody so skeptical. Let me know your interpretation of today's African proverb of the day, as well as your thoughts, views, questions, comments, and concerns on the top stories. Don't forget to hit that like button. Make it your best friend. For Kush News on Kush Convos TV, I'm Mo Chanda. We'll see you soon.